Good morning. No, good morning, thriving warriors and those who wish they were. Alexa, good morning.
Today is Saturday, August 27th. It's 6:23 a.m. In Pahrump, it's 71 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 103 degrees and a low of 71 degrees.
Okay, there we are. So this is Thriving Warrior Career Services, where our goal is to help you move from where you are to somewhere better. From point A to point B. B is better. And on this short little 10-minute-ish, like sort of, not really, but thing, we have a daily podcast where we leave little breadcrumbs of information that are easy to follow, easy to incorporate, easy to listen to, etc. throughout your day, with links to other videos in the notes down below. Please subscribe, hit the bell, etc., etc. You know what to do. This is primarily designed for the people that we have in housing. So we started by helping people in need, primarily people who were in prison and or they were post office workers, TSA workers. This goes back into the late 80s, the 90s, the zeros, etc. Our history goes back that far. To help people in need learn. So it's about education, learning, earning, and yearning. First you learn, then you earn, so you reduce the amount of yearning you have. But education is the key. That's what our purpose is. That's how we help people move forward in life, is through education, learning, and learning to be autodidactic. So we have these short little daily talks that are designed primarily for our people in housing. This would be our housing in Las Vegas, where we have 23 apartments. I think it's 23, plus here at Camp Rain Man, and also at the Oasis, our newest facility, which we're hoping to fill the lake the first weekend in September, maybe next weekend. Actually, I think I heard that the clay to reline the lake will be delivered on the 5th, so maybe the weekend of the 10th, which is my birthday. Okay, cool. So we're at 3 minutes and 11 seconds in so far. And our TED Talks yesterday, Aaliyah Crum. Today it is Neil Martin. No, but we're not doing Neil Martin. We're doing David Logan. So we posted David Logan. The Tribes We Lead. So regarding Aaliyah Crum, the video from yesterday, to people to watch the TED Talk about mindset, believes you can change your mindset like that. The problem is you can't change your unconscious behavior, your habits. That takes a little bit longer to program, how to program to change this. So that was Aaliyah Crum. And today we're talking about David Logan, The Tribes We Lead. And I'm going to talk specifically more about that today, because that is an issue that we have. We have Seth Godin talking about revisionism. On our thing yesterday, had a little bit of car trouble. It's part of life. You cannot let things like that derail you. One of the things we talk about at PT in the morning, which is at 7 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday here, is emotional self-control. If I can't control my emotions, don't worry, somebody else will, and they'll probably take me out of the game. And that's one of the parts of Camp Rain Man here at Camp Rainbow, it's a 100% intensive, meaning it's all day long, mind-body program. Intensive immersive mind-body program. Under body, we focus on health and fitness. Health, what we consume and don't consume, and fitness of exercise, getting our body into the best possible shape we can given the amount of time and the other constraints. Okay. Under mind, we have mental, emotional, and spiritual. Mental is learning. Why? Because the world is always changing. It's changing fast, and I have to learn how to keep up. I have to be good at learning. I have to learn how to learn. So learning is part of my thing, and the world is my classroom. To quote Professor Nancy Kane talking about President Lincoln, the world is my classroom. Learning, okay, so mental, learning. Emotional, I have to learn to control my emotions, because if I don't, somebody else will, and they'll probably take me out of the game. And then spiritual, and that's part of my job, is to really get people to focus on emotional control. As you find in life, there's always people trying to derail your plans. There's always people throwing out roadblocks, obstacles, things like that. If we get frustrated easily, which most of our people do because they're at a stage 2. What? Okay, we're talking about stage 2 tribe. They're at stage 2, easy to get derailed, emotionally derailed, lose focus on the objective, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, next is spiritual. So that's a key component of life and what we do. And for our purposes, spiritual is that thing which will pick us up when we get knocked down. So it's a thing that will pick me up when I get knocked down, and I will get knocked down. So I need something to pick me up. Could be religion, could be Christianity, Islam, the Wiccan mother god, Valhalla, Elysium, whatever. My grandmother, wanting to make her proud, wanting to make my kids proud, et cetera, wanting to have a statue of me, whatever. I've got to develop that thing, because life is not without purpose. Okay, so that's what we do. Now we're 7:40 into it. Let's talk about David Logan. Let's talk about tribes. So David Logan was, maybe still is, a USC professor in the business school who spent many, many years, 10, 20 years, focusing on humans, human behavior. And he noticed that there are 5 general categories people exhibit in different things. Tribes. Bottom, stage 1, life sucks. Top, life's great. Okay, go from life sucks. There is no meaning to life whatsoever. There's no reason to not go into a movie theater and shoot up people, because, hey, life sucks. I'm free to do whatever I want. There's no constraints, no moral constraints on my behavior. There could be legal constraints, physical constraints, difficulty getting a weapon to go shoot up people in the theater, but those are the only constraints that I have. Life sucks. Deal with it. Next level. Life doesn't suck. My life sucks. So I can tell that life doesn't suck. It's just my life sucks. I have all of these bills. I have whatever it is I have. So it's a gift from our newest member, Marcus. Good water. Life doesn't suck. It's my life that sucks. People hate me. There's this, there's that, there's all of these things. I know that life could be better, but mine is not. Stage 3, I'm great, you're not. That's what TV commercials want you to believe. If you're a player, you need this truck. Stage 3, stage 4, we're great. Who's not great? Everyone else. So I'm a member of the, let's say, the Oakland A's tribe. I'm not, but let's just pretend I am. I'm a member of the Oakland A's tribe, and all of us who are members of that tribe, we're collectively in it, and it's like, we're great. This tribe, we're a great tribe. I don't care about anybody, my work tribe or my church tribe or whatever. I take myself outside of my body or outside of me and part of the thing, we're great. And then life is great. So most people, or all of the people pretty much in our program, I can think of one exception, are at a level of life sucks. No, my life sucks. And that's proper because they're not doing well in life. They can't seem to move forward, and that's okay. And we find that most of those people had a bad start in life, not through any fault of their own. When you're born, you're not in control. When you're a kid under the age of 7, you're not in control. When you're a kid under the age of 14, you should not be in control. You should be dependent upon people you can trust to make your life better and easier. And develop an attitude or a framework on life, which is, it's going to work out. I just have to keep working. It's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. Everything has a plan. It's part of a bigger plan. It's whatever it is, it's going to work out. I'm not going to worry about it. Versus when you have a bad start, it turns out that most people who have a bad start in life, their predisposition is it's never going to work out. Something is always going to happen. Somebody's going to take it. It's going to break. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. It's just not going to work out. That's a predisposition of most people, not all people, but most people who have a bad start in life. So that makes it easy to stay at stage 2, right? If it's not going to work out, you get to stage 2. But then you get a little bit of success and you get to stage 3, where it is, I'm great, you're not. And I could be great I could be at 7-Eleven, and I'm the guy that does the cooler, and I don't want anybody else to touch the cooler because you can't do it right. I'm the expert in the cooler. Progress. That's big progress, getting people to that level. But now we need to move forward to be, it's not just about me and my job making the cooler good. It's about us making our store good. So that's the TED Talk down below in the notes. Click on the thing, you can watch it. But the key is, how do you move from one stage to another? And David Logan makes it very clear that the job of the leader is to nudge people forward from this stage to the next stage, from stage 1 to stage 2, 2 to 3. And the other thing, though, is that people can't hear more than one stage above them. So if you're at stage 2, my life sucks, you don't hear, it has no impact on you of people talking about, we're great. 7-Eleven's great. That doesn't mean anything to me because my life sucks. 7-Eleven's great only has meaning to me if I'm great and I'm part of 7-Eleven. Now it's, I'm great at 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven's great. How can I help make 7-Eleven better? How can I help make this a better team? When you have a bunch of people that are at stage 2 and they're together and nobody is talking about stage 3 to them, what tends to happen? They accentuate the negative because nobody's talking from stage 3 down to them at stage 2. You have a bunch of people at stage 2, what? Talking to each other, horizontal learning. And so, because my life sucks, what do I get to talk about? My life sucks. I don't have anybody here talking to me about, I'm great, you're not. 2 weeks ago at the Oasis, we had the guys out there cleaning it up, fixing it up, and they became stage 3 people. I'm great, you're not. New guy comes in and he has ideas. It's no, you don't know what you're talking about. We're the experts here. We're great, you're not. Just do what we tell you. We just want you to move the wheelbarrow. That's all we need you to do. We'll do the work. You just pick up the clippings and bring it over to the pile. And maybe one day we'll let you come up here, or we will once we feel satisfied that you're not going to screw it up. We'll let you have actually have the saw and you go with a rake, and then you can do that kind of work once you're qualified. But right now you're not qualified, so we're not going to let you do it. Okay, well, now the people have slipped down back to stage 2. My life sucks. It takes an hour and a half to get to work every day. Fuck that shit. I'd rather get on the bus and spend an hour and 20 minutes on a city bus dealing with other people and all of those problems, just because I don't like having to get up early 3 days a week because somebody else needs to go to work. So I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to hang out with other people that are at stage 2. Wow. Okay, but that's all you know. We're at 15:44 in, so I got to do Seth Godin. Please watch the David Logan video. Seth Godin, revisionism. There are 2 marketing problems when it comes to creating interventions for the public good. The first marketing problem is that when it works, we take the intervention for granted. The world doesn't fall apart and we don't notice, because our expectation was that the world, whatever world matters to you, should stay on course. The intervention might have made a huge difference, but we don't notice the persistence of good things. The second marketing problem is that if an intervention doesn't work as well as we expected, we rarely acknowledge it would have ever been worse if we hadn't done anything. We rarely acknowledge it would have been even worse. Okay. Second marketing problem is if an intervention doesn't work as we expected, we rarely acknowledge it would have been even worse if we hadn't done anything. Banning cigarettes in bars saved thousands of lives. Car safety standards have saved more than 1 million. The ozone layer is in better shape than it would have been, and cars seem to run fine on unleaded gas and even electricity. And yet there are revisionists writing books claiming that Ralph Nader destroyed the car industry, that Joe McCarthy was a good guy, and that we don't need to make sure that voting rights are preserved. Not all interventions work, but the ones that do are often hard to notice. Good. Revisionism. Rewriting the past. Cool. Thank you, as always, Seth Godin. And we are now at 17:34 in. Wow, got 2.5 minutes to wrap this up. Bingo, bango, bongo. What does that mean? Navy SEAL Maxim. Yesterday was the only easy day. Make something happen. Push yourself just a little bit more. Even though it's Saturday, just do a little bit more. 1, 2, don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. 3, get comfortable being uncomfortable. The goal is to be better, not easier. The goal is service to others, to have a life of meaning and purpose, not a life of comfort. Comfort is a slave to hedonic adaptation. Once you get comfortable, after a while, it's not as comfortable anymore. And so you look for more and more things that are comfortable. Hedonic adaptation, push yourself. And finally, what is the final thing? The final thing is what? Right. Be more samurai. Do things to perfection. Focus on the moment. Focus on what you're doing now. Do it the best that you can. Take pride in what you do and have people notice when you do something for them. And when they don't notice, it's okay. You're doing it to be more samurai. You're not doing it for attention. You're not doing it for the little cookie or the participation award. And with that, we will say Auf Wiedersehen. Cut. Yeah. And cut. Cut.